Cheers. Happy Friday. Hell yeah. What are we looking at? We're looking at brown ale. This is another one from Revelation Ale Works. And I apologize, especially if he watches this video. Met one of the, I don't know if he was just a representative of the company or a really big deal over at Super One Liquors. Let me try a couple different things. Told me that their brown ale was a winner of something. I figured they'd be like most. See, I didn't really pay close attention to what he was saying because I figured it'd be like most places and they'd plaster it all over it. But evidently, they just let their beer speak for itself. This one weighs in at 6.2 ABV. So, a spoiler alert. I got to try the next two things that I'll be reviewing. On the other hand, why did I go back and purchase them today? Because I got a chance to try them. One is the blueberry sour. I decided on the peach because I generally like fresh peach more than I like blueberry, but let me tell you, I have to say, I remember what I gave it. I think I gave the peach, was it a 7 or a 7.5? The blueberry is going to be much higher. I purchased this and have not tried it. He was more than willing to give me a sample, and I said, "Oh no, I will pass." But I elected to try their blood orange and the blueberry sour because I really didn't want to purchase them to review, and they were both good. Oh, this just right off the bat smells good. It kind of smells like fresh ground coffee. Ooh. Well, cheers, and Revelation Ale Works guy, thanks for turning me on to this. I'll tell you what I think about you and your beer here in a second. It's not an imperial stout kind of a mouthfeel, but it's definitely a heavier mouthfeel. And a lot of the smell is in the taste. Can you imagine just being marooned on a desert island with just her? I'd repopulate that place. There'd be like kids everywhere. She'd wake up sticky, broken, confused, and not even know where I even went. This is good. That coffee, kind of a nutty. Settle down, McLean. Kind of a nutty flavor. It definitely hangs with you. It is, like I said, it's clingy. Must have been a blonde ale in its past. Get it? Okay. Oh, so thank you, Christopher, along with company, for sending me Washington Gun, whatever the channel. Minnesota, if it passes, will only have Illinois to be outdoing us for the absolutely most un-Second Amendment, un-American gun bill. It is HF 3628, and it, in a nutshell, about 99.9% of everything that I have in my collection would become illegal. That illegal. Oh, that is so over the top illegal. Only Alice would be more illegal than that. Desert Eagle? Yep, you guessed it. Desert Eagle, illegal. You'd say, oh, Eric, what? You don't have to worry about a shotgun. This shotgun, illegal because it has an adjustable stock and a detachable magazine. These pieces of shit libtards are never going to understand until they gurgle. The last thing they see is a gurgle of their own blood as they expire. Inalienable rights. Our founding fathers made it very clear. And what is just a telltale sign of the fucking jokes that these pieces of shit are is every time there is an opportunity to go after the actual criminal. I know you're caught with an illegal firearm. In other words, something where the serial number scribbled off or you stole it from somebody. You go to jail for 5 years. You do a crime with a firearm. You go to jail for 10 years. You kill somebody with a firearm, you go to jail forever without the chance of parole. But no, instead, these pieces of shit Democrats, and why? Because they have the House, they have the Senate, and they have the governor, are going to try to go for everything. I would either have, first of all, owning that in the future is gone completely. If you are in Minnesota and want to have something like that at all, you better go get it now, just in case. Now, if you already have it, you basically have two choices. You can either turn it in, fuck you, or you can register it with the state. That's a double fuck you. That will never, ever, ever happen. And I personally hope that the worst case scenario happens to every single time one of these pieces of shit tries to push something like that through. So, I've already shared the video that Christopher shared. She's got a great ass, by the way. Even much better than this one. I've shared the video with a whole bunch of people already, and I intend on, if I have to call every single one of them and voice my opinion, I've already sent messages and stuff off to like Brad Bennett, local talk show host. He should already know about this. Just bullshit. It's when people bend over that you end up with the dick in your ass. And the last thing first of all, if it was to actually happen, yeah, I would register my address in a different fucking state because I won't stay here. But like Christine said, she goes, we'd have to be very careful because with all our luck, can you imagine moving your life to another state? And then that state goes by the way of the dodo and becomes a blue state instead of a red state. It's just sad. Why don't they go after the criminal? Why don't they make it so that a commission of a crime with a firearm has the penalty? Not only do the Democrats go against this when it is offered time to time in state or state from state, but even a bunch of Republicans. But then again, we all know that it is a uniparty. Just because that guy says he's a Republican and that guy says he's a Democrat, they're both the enemy. So, yeah. HF 3628, I believe. Smile Money says first being first. Cobra says first being a comment. And just like that, I evidently wheeled somewhere else. J-Dog is here at work. Cobra says excellent. And J-Dog, I very much appreciate the loaner, or whatever it is. I'm assuming that as soon as I have an alternative, I will get you the tire back. It's on the front. It's not the right tire. It doesn't have the same depth of wear. I think actually mine were brand new when I took the truck 2.5 years ago. But I think J-Dog's has seen no mileage on it at all. But as long as I'm not running it in 4-wheel drive, it's just a rolling tire at this point in time, which is better than... And the other one still had 60 PSI in it. I tried spraying it with some leak detector, and it didn't bubble at all. But as soon as you touched the nail that was stuck in it, it would bubble. So Lord knows what happens when you're moving. I'm sure as you come around, it's flexing on the tire, and it's probably that kind of thing, just like that. So as of right now, Samantha hasn't given me an option in trying to find either 1 or 2 tires to replace it. But I needed the truck. I need my table saw over at the job next week. I needed to pick up a 4x5 handy panel. No, handy panel. McLean, settle down. It was panel, not job. And I needed to pick up a 12-foot piece of handrail. But this coming week, if this coming week isn't the last that I will have for him, then it'll be a few days the following week. But it's all coming to an end. But don't worry, I'm not stressed out about it at all. Again, she always seems to have a different look. Tonight's locked and loaded. Here, I can break this to you and the boys at the same time. There we go. Tonight's locked and loaded episode, we will be discussing your favorite drywall repair. There's also a 4-drink minimum. If you've never listened to the show or understand the joke, me, Johnny, and Joey hang out in video chat. We can see and hear each other, and you can hear us. Joey, if Joey's sitting right here in front of his camera, right here on his wall is a drywall repair that has existed now for about 6 years. I am about ready to drive out just to fix this. It absolutely drives John Solar crazy. I almost wonder if Joey intentionally won't fix it, or if he does, if he'll actually paint up a piece of canvas to lay against the wall so that it'll look like it needs to be repaired. My guess is because it's directly being sent because of Joey. This is from... Oh, no, it's John. Somehow I doubt it. He has the opportunity to fail on multiple levels. Ah. And today was my first day actually going to work with a firearm in an outside the waistband holster. I mean, I have spent some of my personal time with weekends with the leather holster, but I used my outside the waistband holster that I got from Pete, and about the only thing that I could complain about is I wish he would have done the cover for this. Because my fear is I lose this thread protector. And now, obviously, the only thing that I can do is buy this thread protector from HK, seeing how it is a reverse thread. In any other situation, I would expect to turn it clockwise and have it tighten, but it's completely the opposite. It does seem like it has some kind of not a detent, but when you tighten it, it sort of seems like it comes to a tight spot, and then you get just a little bit of like a. I don't want to overly bear down on it, because it does have to obviously come off of the barrel in order to do a total field strip. Other than that, I thought that my walking around gun this weekend, which would be, as full disclosure, just staying in the house, because the last thing I would ever want to happen is to lose this particular gun. One of my absolute favorites, the 1066. If I was able to put the Baldor on this, I would consider it like. I'm glad I can't, because then I don't carry it. In a perfect world of unlimited funds, I would have two of these, one to keep relatively pristine as part of the collection, and one I would inquire about having a rail mounted on it so that I could put the Baldor Mini on it, and it would be a possible carry gun. I don't know. The HK has really screwed up this whole desire to jump around and carry different things in the collection. And then, after getting a chance, and I don't know why it's all dusty, getting an opportunity to actually get out and I don't. Sharky's like, you seriously? You see? I know the people that are the stereotype rule makers when it comes to guns. You should never ever carry a gun that you haven't put. It's even like stupid numbers, like 150, 500 rounds through it to be sure. So I always laughed when it came to my Kimber. Kimber is like, or you got that crowd that said before you can trust it, you should at least have 500 rounds through it. So then at 1,000 rounds and maxing out at 1,500, you're supposed to tear the whole gun down and replace all the springs, this, that, and the other thing, and all of a sudden we start all over again. Just a vicious circle started by the ammo manufacturers. yeah, Mr. Revelation Ale Works. This was a good suggestion. Has a nice bold flavor. It's, I mean, maybe it's just me, but especially now with the nice knockers. I mean, sunsets. Excuse me. I meant nice sunset. But the cost of beer these days, I mean, you know, can you imagine going back a few years and got some splaining to do, that a 4-pack of beer, the average of a 4-pack of beer is like $20? I mean, the shit that me and Matt reviewed, that was really good though, by the way. I would have loved to have been able to grab another 4-pack of that for little something for Locked and Loaded tonight. But I mean, 4 beers or a bottle of Laphroaig 10, unless of course you're, once again, I usually buy Laphroaig 10 when it's $39.99 on sale at Keyport. Never seen it on sale at Super One Liquor, which is obvious because right now I believe it's $64.99 at Super One Liquor. You can't. I mean, I can't just knock it by saying that, you know, Super One Liquor is a higher price than Keyport. You know, because they literally go back and forth. But Keyport has Laphroaig 10 on sale a lot for $40. Yeah, I like the boldness, and the kind of has a little bit of a dryness to it, but it continues to give up the flavors throughout the swallow. McLean. Billy, it's still on there, by the way. I'm getting to the point where the nail is not growing. The nail is literally getting pushed more and more to the end of my finger. So, I mean, it's if the nail was growing, it would be growing straight out. This is like a convertible top that's just getting pushed off the car. Billy, do I have your personal email? I can send you updated pictures if you want. I mean, I got some high definition lighting and all sorts of shit. Make sure they look good for you. I mean, and everybody, I'm sorry, but McLean has already called dibs on the nail when it falls off. So Operation Basement is still in full swing. As a matter of fact, I told myself I have to do at least something down here before I drink beer with my friends, and grab the vacuum cleaner. I don't know what to call it other than this effervescent shit, but I have a bluestone basement, which means that had to have been an art. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall and been able to watch something like this put together. It is made up of, all I can imagine is a truck pulled up and offloaded a pile of these irregular, there's no consistency, it wasn't something created, it was something jackhammered apart and then delivered here. Bluestone rock pieces. I have nothing that I could quickly show you, or even see, it's right over there. Made you look. And all of the shit that's like below grade on the old paint. Me and Christine, we did like, I don't know, there was like this water. Sorry. I just kind of noticed all this weird splatter all over the wall in the gunroom that I have no recollection of, but it's okay. I couldn't tell you what I had for lunch yesterday. The paint, I call it an effervescent deterioration. The moisture or whatever gets in behind and actually causes the rock to kind of turn to a crystal. And then, of course, the paint is going, hey, I was hanging onto a rock. I'm not hanging on a crystal. This is bullshit. So it literally is a mess. I mean, I've got shelves that I've got food on, and you take the stuff off, and like the wall is slowly dissolving behind it. I mean, considering the house is 14 years old or something like that, and it's still standing compared to the spook house. I am actually impressed. I can have 4 inches of standing water outside my back door, which would be go into the gun room and kind of look straight up as the stairs that go out right there. And the only place that water comes in, this basement, well, other than I found that hydro effect going on right here, but that was a blown GFI, is right out front. And I don't even understand, right at the bottom of my stairs where like Joey fell over. Pete's girl. I'll get a little bit, and it travels like 4 feet and then dumps right into the drain, the old drain that's in the floor. I call it the old drain because it still works as a drain, but it used to be the drain tile, and then the city went, we spent an awful lot of money cleaning clear water, which is just rainwater that comes into your footings and then just gets sent right down to the city, and the city finally said no. So that's when that's when everything changed, and people always want to know, is there like someone pissing over there in the corner? Because you can hear the water when it comes into the pit, and then the pump comes on, and either the pump does what it's supposed to be doing, pumping outside, or it's being pumped somewhere else, because I don't like coming home and finding that the line is frozen and my pump is sitting in a loop making soup water. Okay. Mike says cheers. Cheers, Mike. Rich says cheers all. Cheers, Rich. Then Mike says beer sounds good. Oh, that was really freaking good. Sticky puddles. Cold-hearted bastard, 2 thumbs up and 2 shots. Might get into that. Then he says, I would have been first, but my hands were sticky. We don't need to talk about that. Then he said, did you know if you sweet talk the ladies at the DMV, I could get a DL? Didn't pass the eye test, but she passed me. They didn't like my birth certificate, but they accepted it anyways. Well, it depends on who you talk to. I mean, the one up here, we got one that would probably let a dead guy get a driver's license, and then the next one, if like your name is spelt 1 letter wrong, you'd have to go prove it with a birth certificate or something. I don't know what it was about her, but she's really nice. Bad. Greetings, Captain. Greetings, Bad. Salty says, live long and naked. Cobra said, did you bring snack cakes? And then Mr. 27 says, okay. And then he says, to live is to be naked. EMT says, stopping to see my Amish girl tomorrow. By the time that you read this, I will have had my cigarette and a shower. Excellent. I expect a real picture from you someday. Poco says, sup? Sup, Poco? Then he says, oh great, the neighbor. He's like a drunk Dennis the Menace. Cobra thought that was funny, and so did Cold-Hearted Bastard. Oh, good. An entire line of sub-comments. Smart Money says, Eric makes Matt uncomfortable walking around in his PJs, but they started talking about underwear Matt bought for Eric. If the stuff continues, can you schedule gay review day so I know when not to watch? Cobra says, and how do you think Matt knew about Eric's tidy whities? And Poco says, don't lie, you do the Mexican karate to AI photos of Eric and Matt. Smile Money says to Cobra, well, I'd rather not know. Maybe can start a channel who wore it best. And then Smile Money says to Poco, thanks for adding more useless drivel. Cobra to Smile, if they wore body paint and popped eggs out of their cornholes, I'm sure YouTube would monetize. And Smile Money back to Cobra, I am still upset that Eric complained about naked yoga to YouTube. Yeah. Hey, there's still stuff out there. Not as much good stuff, though. My bad. Poco has server space. Then he said Matt's trying to get Eric to facilitate the extinction of the marriage. Poco says do the drinks. Good. Another ton of sub-comments to a single comment. Smile Money says, I have comments deleted, but normally know why. They are one of the only YouTuber that quit their job to go full-time YouTube without being monetized by YouTube. Cobra says, brutal. Smile Money says to him, another business model that didn't pan out. I remember Eric saying that he had no retirement plan and he'd be working until he died. I want to encourage him to be successful. Cobra, to sit back, his Pew Pew collection is his 401k. Only problem is he would need to actually sell. Matt says, I wish for more deleted comments. Smile Money says to Matt, sorry Matt, you make your comments on video. They are there for your grandchildren to see. Just try talking less. And then he says to Cobra, the problem is that few can afford to spend what he has Smile Moneyed into them. He offered the Mosin to Joey for $20,000. The FN57 sells new for $1,200. He has over $3,000 into it. He has Smile Moneyed himself out of market. Oh, wow, nice seat belts. There is always an ass to a seat. You just have to find it. Poco says, dude, it says awesome lead pipe is awesome for melting in the projectiles. Oh, there is alcohol involved. Cobra, maybe you and Matt can make some Star Trek TOS captain's chairs. Maybe. Smart Money says, ever watched the Mel Gibson movie, The Patriot? He made some awesome chairs. I'm sure Matt and Eric's could meet those quality standards. And Cobra says, and they could melt little Must be supposed to be a toy. Why is missing? Little toy soldiers down to make musket balls. Smart Money says, Matt, stop talking about buying guns. You just worry about the 40,000 indentures. And Cobra says maybe he could make some wooden teeth out of pallets. God, what a brutal bunch of fucks. Cool-hearted bastard. I have a set of paddles and know how to use them. Keep them in the nightstand drawer. Are we talking about the same kind of paddles? Because if they're in your nightstand drawer, I was like, not. EMT, 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 40 seconds. Oh, wow. Oh, your fetish. Anyone that looks like she could be a librarian. Well played. Ooh. Too bad the definition of this one isn't a little bit better. I could plant tomatoes in there. Poco says Beowulf 50 AE flopped and is dropping off the map. There's a few videos of people who sound John Huber discussing the downfalls of the 50 AE. I like shooting the 50 AE, especially large jugs filled with water. EMT. Grease usually goes in the grease fitting from the grease gun, Matt. You don't rub it on the outside of the fitting. Cheapo Gun Guy says Matt must do what Matt must do. Wow! Yeah, Ellie. Hello. Smile Money. Lever guns are brush guns. Matt, they are not known for accuracy. Matt says iron sights, brush gun, as you call them. Yes, they are, but 100 yards or less, Dick. I know more about hunting than you know about everything else, which is everything listening to you. Then he says, Smile Money says, your problem is that you know so much. When you speak, that knowledge can't spew out as quick as you can think it up. It just comes out as incoherent blabbering, especially when you drink. And then Smile Money says, they appear to have deleted Matt's comment. You will never know the wisdom of what was presented. That's all I want for Christmas. Zippy! Sup, Captain and Matt? And?
Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
I raise a glass to Zippy. And maybe he'll show up with... He usually shows up to Locked and Loaded with like 2 minutes to go. Ooh, I bet you this would be good with like a cup of it in a beef roast. I'm actually going to be making one of those as soon as we're done hanging out together. Cobra said, did the Subaru break down? No, the Subaru did not break down. I will not be mentioning any names to protect the guilty. Somebody may or may not have driven it all the way to work in sport mode, which, if you put it in sport mode when you pull away from a stop, it's in first gear, and then you shift it manually to the next gear. But it appears that the computer in the transmission is smarter than the person driving it. So it eventually shifted on its own, probably as it bounced off the rev limiter for a while. Somebody will not be driving my car anymore. And if I ever own an STI, that person will never ever fucking drive my STI. I checked the oil level was unchanged, and I checked the transmission fluid, which was right at the full mark, and nice and clear and did not smell burnt. So, my little Sammy Poo said she wasn't sure on an 2011. She said she knows for a fact that if you put a new one in sport mode and it simply shifts at redline, and she actually didn't know. She did some research and she said the computer in your transmission will protect itself and will not allow it to go bad. Doesn't mean that it didn't slightly get me, what we nicely say, unimpressed, Cobra. But it appears to have taken care of itself. Good little Subi. Smile Money said, I need a hobby. This is a very cheap hobby, and it is fun at the water cooler the next day. Hey, do you know what the drunk kid said last night? They usually, God, those are pointy. They usually spit water out their nose and say, that boy is special. Then Smile Money says, Matt starts chain smoking when he starts to drink. He can't spare any smokes. He's on a drinking binge. Actually, I heard through Mike that he completely forgot about poor Michael and went home. Smile Money, you have to make a lot of comments because Matt changes the topic every 10 seconds. He also provides so much humorous material. Here's the deal. Matt, talk less. I comment less. Din, Eric, what if they made a Deagle in like 7.62 by 39 with 15 or 20 round mag? Illegal in Minnesota. Din, Matt as Tommy Chong just looks like J-Dog in a headband. You know, I was kind of thinking that myself. Zeus, your favorite rock chunker? Are you asking me what my favorite gun is? I can't answer that, Zeus. Well, maybe I could. The one that I trust my life to every single day. HK VP9 Tactical. Or just a VP9. Tactical is just cool because you get a threaded barrel and it's optics ready. And then I chose to run optics on it. But like I've said, can you imagine if they came out with a VP10? Hang on. I got a thing started here. Cheapo Gun Guy, words to live by. It is still best to be honest and truthful, to make the most of what you have, to be happy with simple pleasures, and to have courage when things go wrong. And of course,
Fuck Joe Biden! 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 Fuck Joe Biden!
McCline, messing with car tires is no joke. I still flinch when I fill them. You know, McCline, I never did until I watched a bunch of videos of tires exploding, and one guy basically had his legs stripped of all of his flesh. Other than that, it doesn't bother me at all. McCline, I applaud Matt's open and honest take on men's undergarments. Great job. And Matt says, I support that statement. Then McCline says, forget Matt, where's Miles? And then Matt says, a-hole. Then McCline says, Matt, let's make Sam's wedding a double header. What do you say, baby girl? Make this thing that we have legal. McCline, the first 3 minutes of this video is the best thing that has ever happened to me in all my life. McCline, would one of you please take something off? Mama's hungry. McCline, you talked about mixing mud aggressively. McCline, don't Google sticky puddles. Ah, Jesus Christ. Wade, President Eisenhower warned then incoming JFK about the military-industrial complex / growing power. Kennedy planned on exposing what he had found out about when he returned from Dallas. Makes you wonder why we are at war somewhere, doesn't it? Or why Trump is constantly being attacked. Can you imagine if they're doing exactly what they said they were going to do? They're going to keep attacking Trump on every possible direction, keeping him occupied, keeping him unable to do what he needs to be done, and yet every single one of these fucking episodes that these twat waffle libtard Democrats do just makes one more voter get their angel wings to vote for Trump. Good job, Dema-fucking sluts. Look, it's ribbed for her pleasure. Wade, opening brew, babe, very nice. Yeah. As full disclosure goes, the video was done but not yet uploaded when I realized I double tapped her and then came to the conclusion, I don't care. Jolson says, J6 is a miss. Jolson, remember not to call J5. It's already been called as a miss. Just trying to help you out, buddy. Then he says, we need more cowbell. Nice eyes. In 3, in 2, in 1. Smile Money. The accuracy of the 44 Magnum is very good, with models from Colt, Smith & Wesson, Ruger producing bullet groups from 3 to 4 inches, 7.6 to 10.2 centimeters at 50 yards, 46 meters. With most ammunition. Matt, you had a bolt gun that would only group that well at 50 yards. You would throw it away. I won't call you a name. That is just unproductive and doesn't foster good communication skills, you frivolous little bitch. I might have added that for him. Mr. 27 says 76th. My girl. Talking about. The bar's open. Mr. 27 says, intro Cheech and Chong, brew Bomi, and brew Matt. Awesome. This is sold. That's a good movie. Miss 27 says, hi, brew Matt. Smile Money. The comment deleting is well known. Ranting about it frequently is such a waste of time. Well, it's because it keeps getting brought up. People keep saying I got my comment deleted. Adapt, overcome, and be innovative. The problem you have is that you have so many infractions that slip by. Your channel cannot grow. You attract more attention. This channel is working with a small group, so don't worry, be happy. You have a backup. Keep training people how to find you when you disappear. Your blood pressure, well, thank you.
Okay, you fake. Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
Remember, good segue, Smile Money. If I ever disappear, the link is down below. Let me verify that before I go any farther. Sticky puddles. Like some Oriental man going. Captain Backup. 40 subscribers, 7 videos, 58 views 4 weeks ago. The most views is 60. Oh, actually, I might have some older shit. The Let's Go Brandon only has 30. Then the next brewery review has 60. Come on, man. Yes. Thank you, Smile Money. If I ever disappear, the top link in my comments is going to be the next channel. Or if I get a strike, like they gave me a strike for saying the ARM ticket is poison, and Trump won. Dr. John Campbell. There's a guy that feels the pain too. See, this is what happens, YouTube, when you tell the truth. You have to silence the truth. I would love to pet that wolf. That was a secret handshake, by the way. Jay from Elite Ammunition on the wrong video. Jay on the wrong video. Has Matt seen my videos on the Ruger? It lacks of a real safety. Makes it a really bad choice for carry. Deal's done, Jay. Shut up. Oh, something happened to Jay's comment and it got deleted. Fucking YouTube! Jay on the wrong video. I want the Dan Wesson Bruin 10mm long slide. Oh, so does she. You're not on the... You were on the right video. Sharky, 4815. Nice. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, Sharky, I cannot show this. So I'm... you know, because it's one of those weird shirts that just looks like her big titties. Yeah. Sharky says Hotel 4. H4. H4 is a hit. Sharky, 1 hour, 14 minutes, 25 seconds. Whee! Look at me fly! Poof, bitch. Come on! Don't block. Oh, God. She's okay, but the redhead was so much better. Sharky, ever since Sig left Germany, well, there's that. Okay, I don't have... Sig makes some cool looking guns, but there's only one. There's only one that I really want. It would have been absolutely over the top. Now, at the time, it would have just been what Ed did. But now, to have actually been able to go to the safe and go, this is the P220 Stainless Elite with rosewood grips that Ed found for me. Or actually, I did. I don't want to actually get into it because Ed was one of those people where it's like, dude, it's like, just Ed, just take it, okay? A deal's a deal. You know, I mean, I'm glad that Jim has the hydro dipped one. Under that, I never liked the way that thing looked, by the way. It's full disclosure. Under that nasty ass hydro dip is the exact gun that Ed was trying to find for me. And Jolson happens to have that. Me and J-Dog got to shoot it. What the fuck was that? Like 4 years ago now. Everything is BC, before COVID, or AC, after COVID. Yeah, that's. It was just, you know, he was so sincere and he tried so hard. It was like, at least when he went in search of the 44 Magnum for Christine, at least you had a lot bigger pile of possibilities. You know, Christine would have been she. At the time, all she wanted was a Model 29. She would have been happy with the blued version, the stainless version. And this one ended up, the one that Ed found her happens to be the chrome version. So, but to her, it's priceless. And for me, it it would have been, and I know some of you are like going, well, I don't get it. It was a Sig P220 10 millimeter. But it didn't leave ground zero as the P220 stainless elite with the rosewood grips. Instead, someone just dunked it and Sharky SH, yes, love the outro, babe. You bitched. I at least made it so that it was a girl. That was just a picture that got used over the years, but it still got used. But there's also stuff that may not be girl related, but at least won't turn your tummy, like that piece of useless shit that should be wiped off of our planet, Obama, the dictator. Please tell me. I took a gamble on what to do for dinner, but seems how you don't have to do anything but show up, you should be happy. Okay, Sharky's got the... Damn right it will. Period. You know, if they don't find you handsome, they just have to find you handy. Red, green. Hey, look. Illegal. Possibly going to be illegal in Minnesota. I tell you what. Every one of you piece of shit representatives of the state of Minnesota, you stand. You come get it. Just, you know, you think you're so fucking tough with your pens? You go ahead. Come and get it. Yeehaw! You know, the first thing I do every time I get one of those is you take the orange tip off. Okay, where do I put the brown ale? As a cruiser, I'd consider an Indian. At least Indian knows how to make a V-twin that isn't a fucking complete piece of shit. I mean, don't draw any conclusions or anything. Revelation Ale Works, brown ale. I like this. For a brown ale, it's definitely has the flavors. You know, sometimes I feel that the E-scale doesn't directly represent, it's almost like, if you want to start thinking about it, is this an overall 10 on the E-scale? No, I don't think it's an overall 10. I think it's one of the best brown ales that I have ever had. So, overall though, I'm gonna give this a 9. And it has to go. It has to go into the collection. I guess it's gonna be over here. I'm gonna end up with a home run of Revelation Ale Works. Yes. Start with Ellie, end with Ellie, because you know that's like a whole 15 seconds later. Yes. Okay, in the club, which is just more of this. Mr. 27 says Brew Bomi Club time. And Rich Huff says, cheers, clubbers. Okay. Okay, well, I'm gonna go make a beef pot roast and continue with my stringent planning for Locked and Loaded tonight. And we will see you tomorrow. Cheers.